a remarkable job.
Yeah, tough act to follow. Luke has been phenomenal. Obviously, he's done a great job just managing the team and really doing a good job in timeouts and calling the right plays. Obviously, we've got great talent and continuity, but we didn't skip a beat. We actually got better, and that's not only Luke, but the entire staff and the players. Everybody kind of took ownership. But Luke was the right guy to guide the ship, and he's got the right temperament. And he obviously will be a head coach before long on a more permanent basis, but I'm hoping we can keep him around here for a lot longer.
You've obviously been in the arena a lot this season. What are your emotions knowing that you'll be back on the bench with the guys tonight?
I got some butterflies. It feels like the first game of the season, and which it is for me. But fortunately, our team's in a pretty good groove, and hopefully we can keep going and keep playing the way we have the last couple of outings.
Along those lines, what was it like walking into the building today? Anything feel different, or just knowing that it's your season debut?
Yeah. I mean, it felt good. It felt I've been waiting for this for a long time, and I'm excited. And so walking into the building for practice, I hadn't told the players yet. I told the coaches last night. So it was kind of funny to see their reaction, and it was meant a lot to me. They were, it's our usual environment in the practice facility. So there's a lot of laughs and joking around and a lot of fun, and it's how we like to keep it.
Hey, Steve, you guys all did pretty well last season. Did you ever worry during all this time that coming back, things just wouldn't be the same, that you had to recapture that for whatever reason?
No, I really felt at the beginning of this year and over the summer, I thought we'd be better this year, just because in general, with a new staff and a new offense, it takes a full year to really grasp it and get to the next level where it becomes second nature. And so I thought we had a lot of growth that we were going to make, and I think we've made it. And didn't matter whether I was here or not. The players made that leap. The coaching staff did a great job. Ron Adams has been phenomenal. He doesn't get enough credit. And Luke and Jaron and Q and all the guys, just brilliant work. But second year, the things tend to click a little easier, and I thought we'd be better, and I think we are better, but it doesn't guarantee anything.
But what about you personally? You think it would be just the same for you? You got that
Oh, you mean like from here on? No, I didn't think there'd be, nor do I think there'll be a big adjustment period. The players are comfortable doing what they're doing, and I've been with the staff most of the season, behind the scenes, plotting and scheming and doing our thing. So I don't expect much to change now that I'm back.
Steve, I know you had the headaches and stuff before. Is there anything with the sound or the lights that are of concern to you? And obviously, when you're courtside, everybody sitting courtside is at risk. But is there any nervousness with the surgery that you
No. My back is fine. My back's been fine for quite some time. It's been, the symptoms that I've had have been more, headaches and things like that. So it's that part has died down. I'm feeling better. The back is fine. I'm not worried about anybody falling over me on the sidelines or anything like that. That's a non-issue. And as far as the lights and the noise, I don't anticipate that being an issue.
Steve, how do you feel about David Blatt's?
Disappointed. I know David a little bit. You guys know the story of our connection, and it's a tough business when you go 30-11 and you get fired. You get to the finals the year before. I mean, the fact that Kevin McHale and David Blatt, two of the Final Four participants last year, both fired. It's crazy. maybe Mike Budenholzer and I should be nervous about our jobs too, but it's a shame. But it's a different organization. They have to do what they're going to do. I feel for David. It just seems crazy that you can get fired after having so much success, but that's the business we're in. But he'll land on his feet, and he's a great coach, and he'll have plenty of success ahead of him.
A couple points first. When I think you said today, you've been coaching practices for a while. Coaching. I mean, you've been running the practice pretty consistently.
Well, I've always been a delegator. Even last year, I didn't necessarily run every drill. We like to spread the responsibility around. So I've had a part in almost every practice for the last month or so. Sometimes it's running practice, sometimes just mixing in here or there. So yeah, it's not exactly the same as the role that I had a year ago, but that's fine because our staff, I think, has really grown this year in my absence, and I'm very comfortable with them taking a lot of responsibility.
And the second one, I know you were coming back when you felt right, and you probably were feeling pretty good for a little while now. How much did the Spurs game, even generally, enter your mind, saying, I kind of want to be back before that game?
It didn't even, honestly, and I know a lot of people lie at these types of occasions. I only do that in the finals with the lineup change.
But it is the same question.
It is the same question, yeah. Honestly, I didn't think one bit about who we were playing and when. It was strictly about when I felt ready. And I wanted to come back a couple weeks ago, and I sort of had a target date in mind, and we got to that date, and I'm not ready. I knew I wasn't ready. But the last 10 days or so have been great. I've really felt good physically. Felt like I turned a corner, and I feel like I'm ready to go, regardless of who's on the schedule.
That was the first week of January when you were looking at.
Approximately. I don't remember the exact game, but it was a couple weeks ago, and I still needed to make some improvement.
So was there a moment on this trip, Steve, that really hit you, that this is it, or ready some morning when you woke up? Or?
I don't know if there was a moment, but just being on the road for a week and traveling and getting through each game and each practice and feeling well, it was kind of a cumulative effect.
You've talked about coaches who have influenced your coaching style. Anything you're planning to steal from Luke Walton?
I want to be as laid back as Luke. I thought I was laid back. Luke is the picture of laid back. The great thing is that Luke has added to what we already did. He's one of the things I did before I took the job was I brought in a bunch of plays that I really liked, and Luke has done the same thing. He's added a few plays that have really helped us that I didn't know anything about, that he brought to my attention. So we've got a little bigger playbook and some things that Luke has added that I like that we'll keep. More than anything, it's just I'm excited about the camaraderie and getting back with the group, and I really missed the routine. Well, I think we saw everything in a microcosm in the last 3 games. The Detroit game was an easy example of what can happen when you lose your edge, and especially defensively. And then the next 2 games, we got our edge back, we got our focus back, we really locked in, and we had 2 great games. And it's pretty easy for our players and our coaches to see the difference in what happens when you try to turn it on and off. And so what we've done the last couple of games is what we have to try to continue to do.
Steve, what?
Yeah, more consistency, especially defensively, and that carries over the rest of the game.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
Was there ever any doubt in your mind when your return kept getting pushed out? Was there ever any doubt that you'd be back at all this season? And secondly, how did you kind of keep yourself from going stir crazy?
Well, I never thought I'd miss the whole season, but to to be honest, when I first stepped away, and I guess early October, I didn't see it going for 4 months, or 3.5 months, whatever it was. But I realized, after a month or so that I couldn't put a timetable on anything. I just had to keep plugging away. And I think what helped me more than anything from going stir crazy was getting back to practice, getting back with the guys. When people say, take time off, like what do? You go home, you just stay at home and you sit there and watch soap operas, or I don't know. That was the hardest thing for me, was sitting at home. So I was around an awful lot during my leave of absence, but